I know, I feel bad.
I do too.
He protects us all the time.
I know.
And when you look at him, he looks so...
I know.
And he won't ever say.
I know he won't, because he's just one of those kids. He's such a good kid. He's such a good, solid kid. I knew he was. I feel the same way.
I'm sorry I hurt you this game, Karen. I'm happy I realize. I'm happy you're here.
It's okay. It's okay. I feel so bad too, because I'm like, this kid deserves to be here more than Kevin.
Yeah, he deserves to be here. That's why.
Like, he really does.
If he puts us up and we're both still there, Karen, just give him your vote. I swear I won't care. Okay.
We'll talk about it if we go after whatever happens. We don't know what's going to happen yet. So
I'm not talking to
I feel
Kevin.
the same way.
I'm not speaking to him.
I already told him the only thing I'm going to say. I got the same thing I had last week, and that's what Dylan said. We're not campaigning.
I'm not.
We're not campaigning. It's like, we got this far. I don't care.
I don't care.
It's like, no, I know.
I'm not going to throw
No.
you and Dylan under the bus. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going in there to talk to him.
I said the same thing. Kevin, I could see when we were in the HOH, his whole head is reeling.
Yep.
And he's just going to, who knows what he's going to do. We don't know what he's going to do. He could put me and Dylan, he could put me and you, he could put Demetres and you, he could put Dylan and Demetres. Like, we just don't know. We don't know what's going to happen. And Demetres has a good chance he can win the POV and pull himself off.
I know, I just feel bad. Everyone thinks I'm some controlling user, and I would never do that to him.
They don't. You're letting Dre get in your head. I knew it was mutual the whole time with both of you. You were just harder to let him into your heart because you've been hurt. I could see that. Like when you were saying, I'm not nice, and it's like, no, you're nice to Demetres. Yeah. You're kind. I'm not kind. Well, you're kind to Demetres. But it's like, when you care about somebody, that's how you are. So I understand the quandary. But we don't know what's going to happen, and we don't know what Kevin Martin's going to do. Kevin Martin has everything I hated with this arrogance is happening right now. So I'm just in here thinking, fuck, I got to just act like nothing right now. And like, but
we could have been a good Final Four.
It would have been ideal.
I would have been so happy.
It would have been so fun the last week. But it's not going to happen now. Because we didn't pull it out when he needed us. I should have studied.
I know.
I didn't even understand who those women were.
I didn't even think they would have that now.
That was like really hard.
It was hard.
But he knows everything to do with the numbers inside and out.
He turned his thing before the speech was over. He knew every single thing. The only way we were going to beat him is if we went to a tiebreaker with the board.
But we weren't even close enough to get to a tiebreaker. You were 2 behind, and that means I was 3 or 4. Yeah. Dylan was behind me by 1. I mean, Dylan kept telling me, you need to study. And I'm thinking, I beat you, and I've never studied, and you studied and studied.
I didn't study either. But Jackie said he knew all the speeches, remember, and the POVs.
How?
She said he would study them. He would sit and study them.
How would he even remember?
I have no idea.
How does he remember that stuff about what these people said?
Because all he does is sit there in his head and pretend to sleep. He's probably just laying there studying.
Going over people's speeches.
I know.
Like I said to Dylan, he kept telling me, you need to study for that POV. I go, I am not, ain't nobody got time for that. And then I said, just think if I would have listened, you would have made me study for all that crap, and I didn't even play in it. Yeah. I said, I'm old, I can't remember all this shit. Thank God I didn't waste my brain power on that. And he's like, you got to quit thinking that. You need to study. And then I said to him tonight, I beat you. Yeah. You need to study.
I know. I didn't study either. I should have.
But seriously, you can't say never when there's only 5 people left. Mm-hmm. You can't say never. Just like last week I said, Aika, I know, but it's not over. Yeah. And you weren't even being nice to me, and I was telling you that same thing.
I know.
So it's not over yet. So don't nail the coffin on a coffin that doesn't need to be shut yet.
I just feel bad, Karen.
And so we're all going to feel bad. I feel bad that Will went home today because he was a nice kid to me.
Yeah.
But then to find out the little shit used the secret power of Veto that I knew that he flipping found in that hatch.
Kevin would have been gone if you hadn't done that.
Thank you. And you know what? It would have changed the game.
Would have changed the game. Stupid kid. Such a stupid kid.
Why did he do that?
He loved him.
But I'm just saying, why would you play a game for somebody else?
Yeah, he did.
You know, not one, we talked about it, not one time this season did anybody use the POV to save anybody.
Yeah.
Except that one.
Yeah, he loved him. Oh, he looked so sad when he was leaving. He did. But you know how, do you think I ruined Demetres' game? The way Dre ruined William's game?
Absolutely not. Don't even go there. A lot of
Well,
you
if he
need-
wasn't
you
with
know
me,
what,
do you
if you're
think-
going to take, here's the thing you have to understand about any relationship. The good and the bad are equal. It's not like, oh, I did all the good for you and you did all the bad for me. If you're with someone that you want to be with, whether it's in a game or it's in life and marriage, it's like you are there for the good and the bad. That's what makes it what it is. You can't say, I blame you for all the good, or all you take the credit for all the good and I blame you for all the bad, and vice versa. That's not how it works. Okay, so don't go there. There was a lot of things that happened. And if you hadn't had the relationships that he wouldn't have stayed the first week if it wasn't for me and you.
Yeah, no, he wouldn't have.
He would have been gone home.
I know, but
He
that was
deserves
only
to
one
be here.
time.
I know he deserves to be here. Oh, bullshit. There's a lot more than one time. Having somebody's moral support and back and being able to talk through things with them and have somebody trust me. Most of the game I didn't have that, so trust me. That's really super important. So don't discard that. That's important stuff that got him to where he is as well. The good with the bad. And it's not over yet. You don't know if me or Dylan can walk out that door.
I don't want your Dylan
But
to
I'm
walk
just
out.
saying, you don't know what's going to happen. You don't know because we don't know what Kevin Martin's going to do. But you know what? You have to be proud of the game you played and how far you've come. And so does Demetri. And even though he's deserving to be at the end because nobody has played as good as game as competitions as he has. I know that as well.
He is crazy at it. I feel bad. All he needed was people to just pull it out sometimes, and he just did it all. It hurts my feelings.
We're there to get them not,
Yeah.
to get Dre and William to not flip that vote.
I don't know how I did that, Karen.
Exactly.
I don't know how I
So
did
it would
it.
have been a totally different game. So don't discard, because sometimes the littlest things mean the most. You don't have to be, you know, like some Netta or Dre trying to mastermind and puppet string every single person to be playing a good game. Everybody plays a different game.
I know.
You just are disappointed because you didn't do that, but we would have never won that.
I know, Karen, but I never want anything to help out. You've won. Dylan's won. He's won. I haven't done my part.
But it's not over yet. There's still a POV.
I know, but no matter what one of us are leaving, I don't want any of us to.
You don't know that.
This is what she did. This is what happened.
Yeah.
And he was enraged. So I said, step one, done. Jackie's on the block. So I knew at a decent chance of staying. Then Trey kept on telling me that
Don't trust.
don't trust you and Dylan. I don't have your votes. The vote to get is William. And William would not budge.
That was such a lie.
Yeah. I spoke with William. And everything that William would say to me is, are you going after Kevin? Kevin's my partner. I knew you evict Kevin. I don't want to keep you if you go after Kevin. I was just like, shit. So I knew I had to go to Kevin and make Kevin feel safe enough to want to tell William to keep me here. And I had to do anything I had to do, Karen, to stay.
But he honestly, I knew that day that he, regardless that he perceived you two as a threat, I knew that he did not like Jackie's game as a player and a fan. And he would rather have people here that he thought than have, he did not have, I honestly thought that they had a better, but now I just know it wasn't, she was just flip-flop Flirterville, and it was just a number, and she would say whatever, and then they were just in that room, but there was no genuine with that ever.
No. And I would tell him, like, listen, I'm like, I cannot trust Dylan. I'm like, I don't know. Never mentioned your name at one time. So when he said the Dylan thing, that wasn't a lie. But then I called him out as soon as I'm like, I said Karen? And he's like, no, well, you said Dylan. I never said you. And I was like, at that point, I have no relationship with him.
For sure.
I just feel bad if he goes back and tells Dylan all that stuff and Dylan believes it. Because, and then after that, Demetres felt bad.
But the thing is here's the thing. I don't know what he's going to do and what he's going to say. But and this has been continuous and it's gone through to this now. Dylan knows that those two were the ones that betrayed him with Emily.
Yeah.
And that doesn't sit well with him. And when I told him from the get-go, when he said, when they made the deal on Buzzkill to put you, Dre and Will were full part of that four.
I know. It was Dre,
they were
Will,
all going to split the money. They were all going to target you. So it started then. Her manipulation, all this was going back to then.
Yeah.
So it was really 1 week in the game when I thought, if you saw the tapes, I was still saying, don't trust her.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I just stopped. She didn't talk to me and I didn't talk to her like any kind of game because I didn't trust her.
Yeah.
I knew she was saying stuff to you and Will. And I didn't realize the extent of how much she was wedging.
Yeah.
But when Dylan said that, and he goes, they wanted me to put Demetres, and I go, that was the deal on the block of why they fell. Why they all fell.
Yeah.
And he said they're really mad.
Yeah.
Bruno and Kevin. And he said because of Haley, he would never
put them up.
But I said, Kevin needs to go home. And he's like, oh, before Bruno.
I wish on his HOH he hadn't made that deal.
I tried. Oh, Ika.
Oh my God,
you have
Dylan.
no idea how much I tried to get him to break it.
Oh.
I said to him, listen, Bruno will work with. If you trust Bruno at all, that's fine, Dylan. I said, I don't trust Bruno, but we have to get rid of Kevin.
He's regretting it.
And he said, Karen, I promised on Haley's life. And I said, I understand that because if I say that on my kids, I would never go back on it.
Yeah.
But I said, here's the only thing I'm going to say. Here's what I said to him. I said, this is the only thing I'm going to say to you, and I haven't brought this up to him today. We'll take Cindy out, but I'm going to tell you that I hope we don't live to regret this.
We are.
Now we are. I said it to him in the bathroom of the HOH, and now it's exactly what I said. So I haven't reminded him of that as well, because I said, I understand, and I'm not going to try to talk you into it anymore or force you, but I'm just telling you, I have a really bad feeling about this, and I hope we don't live to regret it later. And now we're regretting it because I have said it from the. How long have I said Kevin Martin?
William had that secret POV
since day 38.
He might have used it
on himself.
Yes, you're right.
If he would have kept it, he could have used it today on himself.
Idiot.
But then what would have happened? A POV and a secret POV.
No, it's a good thing he used it.
Good thing, because then me and somebody else would have gone home, because they would have been down.
But who would have the majority vote?
Okay,
them?
Yeah, because William and Kevin would have come down.
Oh, yeah,
me and Dylan and Dre.
On Dylan's HOH.
And they would have kept Dre.
Yeah, you're right.
And it would have been
Dylan.
Maybe. Two people would have went.
It would have been Dylan,
And Dre.
I have a vote, and do you think they would vote the same? Yeah, they would have. They would have teamed up. But did William have the POV
Since
of
day
Dylan's
38.
When was Dylan's HOH?
Dylan was HOH. Let's see, 41. Cindy went home
So
on
he had
41.
He had it. You'd have used it on
So
Kevin.
see, he didn't save. Yeah. He got it on day 38.
But that was the replacement. Could he used it then?
It was a secret POV, so he could have used it at any time
Yeah.
at a POV
Yeah.
ceremony.
Yeah.
So
He would have used it on him.
because he had it then. So see, if we had put up Kevin, wouldn't have made a difference because he had it on day 38. Kevin told me that's the day he got it. So he found the thing in the pantry, and the robot came up and gave him a clue, and he had to go on some scavenger hunt all over the house. He had to go to the pool and lift up another and found it there. And then I caught him. He went into the trap door, which is the one I caught him coming back out of.
Oh my God.
Once he went there, he went into a black hole, which was a tunnel under this
Oh my
building.
God.
And that's where he got the secret power of veto. And then he came back up, and when he was coming back out of it is when I walked in the backyard and I saw him coming out of the hatch, and I said, "What are you doing? Did you find a secret power of veto?" And he's like, "Shh." And then I tried to go into the hatch, and I got
Sent out. Stop. You got that. Yeah. How did he get so lucky to find it? Did he drain you?
So what happened is when we got, nope, Kevin told me the whole thing. So when we got all the clues for what the chores were, William pulled the thing that said the garbage in the garbage cans. And so when he went into one of the garbage cans, there was a clue there. And then that led him to the robot thing in the pantry that had
so
the
there's a
secret
clue in the
hatch.
Garbage. So whoever had gotten garbage
Would have got it. So when we did that random of who was going to pick and do what chores,
Oh my God, Karen.
and that's how he got it. And then the robot thing gave him the clue to go on the scavenger hunt throughout the house.
Oh my God.
And then I caught him coming out there. And so what happened is Kevin told me I said, did Bruno know or not? Because I kept, I stayed on Bruno on that bridge. I was trying to get any information out of Bruno. Bruno was so tight-lipped.
Did Bruno know?
So here's what Kevin said. So Bruno kept saying to me, so Bruno almost told me, and I knew he was going to tell me. And he said, okay, I'll tell you when you get back. So I go, okay, I go to the bathroom and I come back. And he goes, and I go, okay, what? Like, give it up to me. And he goes, what? And he was just playing games with me, but he almost told me. And I go, okay, you want me to tell you? William has it. William's the one that saved Kevin, and William found it, and I found him coming out of the secret hatch.
Oh my
and
God,
Bruno's
Karen.
eyes went like this.
Oh
And
my
I thought,
God.
I knew it. And Bruno goes, what secret hatch? Where is it? I go, I'm not telling you until you tell me what you know, because I know you know something.
Oh my God.
And then the day that you came in, I was so mad at him because he was fucking with me all
he was
day. And
playing
I
with you.
knew he had more information and he wasn't telling
Kevin
me.
say he knew.
So Kevin told me.
He knew.
He goes, so then Bruno went to him and said, she knows. And Kevin goes, how the hell does she know? And he goes, that woman took me straight to that door in the backyard. And he's like, that woman knows everything.
You do.
And Kevin goes,
Oh.
and I said, but the thing is I do know, and people talked 3 days ago. I said to Jackie, okay, I know you didn't have that secret power veto, but Will did, didn't he? And she goes, what? And I said, you know it. Tell me. Just tell me.
Yeah.
Because I knew somebody. But she didn't. She wasn't lying. I could tell. Because when I do that to people,
Do you tell them they're
I
lying?
can tell when they're fucking. So she goes like this. She got that face and
Yeah.
she goes, Karen, There is no way Will could have stood up there and cried like that and then used it.
He's a liar.
And I told Bruno, I said, let me tell you something. He stood up there and cried like that because he was putting on an act so Demetres and Ika wouldn't be pissed at him. And then he shut that box and he had that grin on his face and he used it on Kevin.
When he sat at the counter, he did.
And Bruno just looked at me and laughed. And I thought, oh man, they're not going to tell me. And then Bruno says to me, I said, if you tell me, I'll take you to the secret hatch. And Bruno says, okay, well, which room's it in? He goes, is it in? I go, I'm not telling you. He goes, is it in the pantry? I said, nope. He says, is it in the kitchen? I go, nope. And he goes, is it in the living room? I said, what's the living room? And he goes, the living room. Down. I said, where the big TV is? He goes, yep. I go, nope. And he goes, where is it? I said, it's in the rec room. He goes, what rec room? I said, the backyard. He goes, where? I could tell that I was on, that he knew I knew. I go, that big ass door has a hatch at the bottom. And Will was coming out of it and I caught him.
How did you see him?
And he said, will you take me there? And I said, absolutely. And I drove his butt straight over there. And I said, it's right there. And he said to me, oh my God. And then he went and told Kevin, she knows.
He came out of it.
He was coming out of that flipping thing. And I said, what are you, he was doing one of these like, the door was open about this thing. He was doing one of these coming out of it when I'm walking out the back room and I go, what are you doing? I go, do you
Karen, why didn't you ever tell us?
Because you guys would quit talking to me.
Oh.
You all said how fucking nuts I was. And I said to him, and so I was with Bruno and I said,
Karen, what if you had found that? You could have found that.
I know.
If you had garbage duty, you would have been so good to do that.
Oh, totally. And I said to him, you have that secret power, Veto. Come here. And he ran as fast as he could, so I knew he had it. So then he saw me going to the hat. So he comes running back because I'm going to I'm like, I'm getting in there. Because don't you remember that when we saw that one and you had to go through the telephone thing and they crawled? I said, well, I'm fucking going in there.
And they said, stop that.
I'm going down the rabbit hole. So I started, and the guy said,
oh.
and I thought, and I said, okay, what's going on now? And he's like, stop it. And I thought, oh no, this is no good. And then I was saying to you guys, secret power Veto, and you all dismissed me.
No, because you didn't tell us that.
Well, yeah, because I just wanted to see what you all were thinking about me. And everybody was like, oh, she's so nuts and delusional. And then Bruno, he almost told me. And then Kevin said, I said, okay, so tell me something. Did Bruno know that I really knew? He goes, yeah, he couldn't believe it.
Oh my God.
And he said, but there was a point, Karen, that you thought it was Jackie. And I said, yeah, because...
I thought it was William. I thought it was William, Jackie,
I said,
or...
I did think that. Kevin. And I said, because once you have like 10 people telling you how nuts you are...
You start believing something else.
You start thinking, I just maybe don't know what I'm talking
about.
Yeah,
I know.
You start doubting yourself. But I said, there will be tape with him coming out of that and me saying, what are you doing? Did you find a secret power, Veto? And he started to run until I started to go in the hatch. And then he ran back.
Carol, why couldn't we have found that? Why couldn't we have
Trust
found
me, if we had garbage duty that day, we would have.
Oh my!
It was a total random pick. And me and Kevin were up in that HOH room.
Wait a minute. You think they placed it that day of the chores, or was it always there? We just didn't see it. Because you always
what
have the
happened
garbage.
was, yeah, I do the garbage all the time.
Yeah.
Like, who does the garbage more than me?
Nobody.
Who does the towels more than me? It should have been in the garbage or the towels. It should have been rewarded to the person that was doing all of the chores. As he went into the pantry and there was thing in the garbage, and then he said the lights started flashing. And then he pushed it, and the robot thing came out of the wall and fell down in a hatch. And then there was a clue in the robot thing that told him to go on the scavenger
I'm so
hunt.
jealous. I'm jealous.
And then he came out of the wall that I saw him. That was the black hole underneath.
Oh my God, Karen, why couldn't we have found that?
And then how come they did that to me though?
I know. I wish we had garbage duties. I wish we had garbage duties.
Look how much
He didn't deserve it.
Because how much Karen did the garbage?
I know. And he did not deserve that clue. Freaking Kevin's here because of it. William is stupid.
He saved him. Now he's sitting there thinking, why?
Yeah, he's an idiot. Was that the last week to use it?
Because he could have saved himself. I don't know. I don't really know because I don't know what happened. But Kevin, then I said, I said, I want to tell everybody else so they think I'm not crazy.
Yeah.
And he said, oh, well, pretty much everybody knows my game, but don't say anything.
Oh my God.
So William comes in and lays directly in that bed.
Oh.
Like 3 days ago.
Laid there too, and
I know. And Jackie laid all crossed like this, and me and Dre were dying laughing. And look, it took 2 more of them out that
I
laid
know.
on that bed.
Can I take Kevin too, you think?
It's got to.
Is he sleeping in here? I don't want him in here.
No, he's in the HOH.
Oh, because he brought his stuff in our room
Oh, I know.
to corrupt it. I don't want him in
I
here.
said to Dre today, why is he in here? Why are those web shoes in here?
Yeah.
And she goes, well, Kevin's coming in here. And then she goes like this to me. She goes, and then William, she goes, and then William will come in here and all you will be one big happy family or something, meaning she would be gone. And I was
She knew I was
like,
going after her.
I was like, really? Because we know what happens in that bed.
Yep.
He laughs. He calls it the deathbed. It's like, I think he's broke the curse on himself because he's admitted that it's the deathbed and he
deathbed.
laughs.
So you think he broke the curse?
I think that it got Jackie, it got Will, and then he figured it out because Dylan said to him, Gary, Cass, Cindy, Bruno. And I went to Dylan like, why did I? He goes, oh, so this is the deathbed, and made a joke out of it. And
Yeah.
I thought, oh, the spell's broken now.
Because he figured it out.